What's up, guys? Papa and Dad here with Henry from Keep Flying. Here we are again.
We're back.
We're back.
Is this like our third time?
Third or fourth time. Last time was with Johnny.
Right.
This is like 2 or 3 with you.
Yeah. Yeah, I come through, you know. Sometimes I'm hard to find. I don't know where I am half the time.
We got Time and Tide out. It's dropping today. We're at the CD release show for this.
Explaining to the folks at home that we're recording this on April 24th, 2025, the year of our Lord, and Keep Flying's first album, our debut album, Time and Tide, is released today.
You've had a couple out since then, but
no. Well, I'm pretending that this is the first thing we've ever done.
Yes,
I'm saying it's our debut full. It's our debut full length. It's our first full length.
That's true.
So I'm just pretending as though this is a band that no one's ever heard of before. You have nothing to judge us by. Only this.
Well, that ruins my first question,
is I'm looking at your notes.
Okay, how is this record different from anything you guys have done before? It sounds way more aggressive, way harder.
Thank you. That's part of it.
Johnny's singing in it.
Yeah, so we incorporated everybody's voice because it's not, this is a band. I am the lead singer. Explain to the folks at home.
For the most part,
that
Henry's the lead singer.
Yeah, for a majority, I'm the lead singer. But we've always had other voices that come in and out. And so, John, when he started doing, backup vocals live more, he kind of, he does like a yelling thing. And I even in the last record, we incorporated it a little bit. And I wanted to incorporate that into the songwriting. And so, I saw fit to, I found places where I think, oh, this would be good for, let's do this over here. And then, so there's specifically a song called Death is the End, which we released as a single.
Yes.
There's a video out for it now. More of a harder song, and we kind of do a back and forth screaming melodic, vocal thing that features him. There's also other segments of parts where he's singing. There's segments of Chuck, who was our bass player at the time, has moved on from the band since recording.
I was going to ask, there's one of the songs, I don't remember which one it was, but I was like, who is that? It's not Henry, that's not Johnny. Who's singing that one song?
So explain to the folks at home, again, there's 3 like interlude songs incorporated that are like mini songs, and each of us get one. So I get the intro. There's a middle of the album one that John does, and then there's one that Chuck does. Again, it was just to prove that and to show that like this is a group, and everybody that recorded on it really put their stamp on it, and it was a really collaborative effort. I write about 90% of the lyrics, and the arrangements of what happens, like where the choruses are and all that crap. But everybody really, it is a really collaborative effort. I love how it came out. It is, and I say it's our first record because I feel like it's our most group creative.
It's like a rebirth.
Yeah, absolutely. There's harder stuff. There's catchier stuff. It goes in a lot of directions. We are a no-genre rock band.
I've noticed that you guys have toured with like everybody from Bowling for Soup and Less Than Jake to, and you guys are doing 4-chord with Blink again this year.
That's right.
Which we can't talk about in an interview with you if we're not talking about 4-chord at some point.
Because this is a Pittsburgh outlet.
Yes.
If the folks explain to the folks at home that if I'm here in Pittsburgh, we're talking, we're chatting. We're doing our show or we're playing 4-chord. It's the order of operations. You
guys have done 4-chord almost every year.
Almost.
What does 4-chord mean to you?
It means a lot of things. I mean, it is, first of all, the curator of the festival, Rishi, is
sitting right
over there as we speak, as a matter of fact. Hey, buddy. He's played such a part, first of all, just being a great friend outside of even the music industry. And we're a band that doesn't have, we've got industry friends, but like we're not the darlings of everybody, you know what I mean? We're undefinable in a lot of ways, so it's tough to break in that way. But Rishi's always been someone who supported me, even before this band, giving us a chance to perform at 4-chord and not just be there, but grow our fan base here in Pittsburgh. So for me, Pittsburgh is a home venue. It's a home market for us. But not only just being there, we've made the most of it. We've connected with people like you, with the people that the folks at home who are watching this episode here. You're noticing my bit, right? So like it wasn't just like, hey, do this and it's fun. Like, no, we have grown here because of that. So, and outside of just a career thing, it to me, like, usually a ton of my friends are there, either working or playing or just attending. So it's a big like family reunion for me, and I get to connect with some of my favorite people that work in and out of the industry. And so it's, I don't know. I look forward to it every year. The only times we haven't played, we've just had other obligations.
Yeah.
But if we, for some reason, we're not
Always get the
scheduled to play.
opportunity.
Yeah. Like if we, for some reason we weren't playing, I would make it an effort to be there. You know what I mean?
Talking about Pittsburgh being like a second home, this actually segues into another question. Is I now see people like just out in general on the public, like with Keep Flying tattoos and Keep Flying shirts, just around. Like, is that weird for you guys seeing that? Like, not at shows, like just walking down the street, like that guy has my T-shirt.
Well,
Flattering?
Well, no, it is flattering. It's happened a few times where I'm just out in regular life, and actually, it's happened more than a few, to be honest. But like, it does happen, and it is odd for me. So this is just for me. The rest of the band has other ways of dealing with this kind of stuff. If I'm at a show, like right now, like if I'm speaking to the folks at home, or if I'm playing a show where it's time to be band me, I can kind of walk in the shoes of someone. I can kind of accept it a little bit better. But outside, if I'm off the clock, let's say, let's call it that.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's not. It doesn't put me off at all. Like I'm not like upset or anything like that. But it is odd. I have a little bit of an imposter syndrome. Like, even though I've done this for 15 years, it still feels strange in a strange way. Again, not off-putting. It just feels. God, I'm so exhausted.
Out of body?
I feel like I know I have the words in me to explain how it feels, but they're not coming to me right now. It just feels it's surreal. It really is surreal, and I appreciate it all the time. But it does like no, it's crazy.
Talking about fans, what's like the coolest fan interaction you've ever had in or outside of like playing a show?
I'm kidding. Well, no, this is great. No, I love talking to you. Like fan interaction.
Or anything strange?
I don't know. I mean, people are strange. I don't want to give that any oxygen. But I mean, that is a weird. Okay, here's a weird thing. Like, we're a small band still. Like, we've been doing this, and people like you care, and we have a really nice fan base that I'm really proud of. But we're still a small group compared to a lot. But there still are people sometimes that like are they're fanatics.
The diehards.
Well, diehards is one thing. Like we want that. Like, we love the diehard. But I'm saying like people who are
They Keep Flying tattoos.
No, that's good. No, I'm okay with that. You should do that. Everyone should get one. Our iconography is great. But what I'm saying, like, there are people that do go like too far. Like they're that because of the age we live in and because of how accessible our band we make ourselves, like the boundary gets like blurred for some people.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing.
And you were one of the most nice.
I never want to be offensive to anybody.
No, you're like one of the friendliest guys too.
Well, I try to be.
Yeah.
I try to be.
Like
sometimes I'm not. but in shows at places like this, again, I try to be friendly. Right. But like, there comes a time when I'm not, and and some people like,
blur the lines.
Jump off the line a little bit, So that just becomes a strange thing to navigate because you feel like, who the hell am I? Why are you doing this? Like, I'm not a rock star. I'm just a dude.
Just a dude in a band.
My bank account is overdrafted right now. Like, you don't. What are you trying to do? So. That's an odd thing. So I won't pick like a specific instance at the moment because I can't think of any.
Got you.
But that is a strange thing to deal with. Even at this level of, dare I call it, fame that I have. It's crazy.
You said you've been in a band playing Keep Flying for 100,000 years now.
Yeah.
Any tips for up and coming bands that are like going on tour? Don't do it.
No, I'm not going to say that. I'm trying to be a little less cynical these days. Okay. I'm trying. I don't know, because that's a tough question because I'm so far removed from being an upstart.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm so
grandfathered into.
Yeah. Well, that's a scary thing, and let's go deep here. this is a thing that I'm personally struggling with because I've been doing this a long time, but like I said, we're still small. So I feel like on some level, we're still like a baby band, and there's people getting started that are baby bands. So that's a hard thing to deal with because you're like,
Yeah.
what am I doing? How do I measure my success? How do I continue wanting to do this?
Yeah.
But also I have all of this experience, so I can't look at myself as somebody who's an upstart, and I can't even identify with someone who's just getting started because they have to navigate how to connect with audiences in a whole new way, just like us. Like, you know, I've been doing this long enough that I started a band when MySpace was still.
I was just gonna say, probably MySpace was around. When
Yeah. So that was the one way to get to reach an audience. And shows were different back then, and promotion was different back then.
Reverb Nation, SoundCloud, all that stuff.
Yeah, and like the whole culture was different back then.
Yeah.
Right? Like there wasn't social media in the same sense.
There weren't events. You had to.
There wasn't constant entertainment at your fingertips at all times. Like you do this now, you have to compete with everybody else, with any other type of entertainment at any given time. And I mean, not to say that like we don't do that, we do too.
Yeah.
But like I don't know how you start a band in like right now
and get attention
and not have the I wouldn't know how to do it without the experience I have.
Right.
So like
right.
It's so hard for me to give any advice. The only thing I would say that I can give any advice to is like set reasonable goals. You're never as much as you feel like you might have made it, you're not ever done yet. This is not a job where, well, I started off at a cashier, and then I moved up to associate manager, to store manager, to district manager. There's no set like a ladder of things. You are always one or the other all the time, and you're never gonna just be locked into this. You could go down, you could go up, you could go down again. So.
And another thing is, it's like off of people's opinion as well, because you could be the greatest band to somebody, and then for someone else, you're like, I kind of like that.
Exactly. It's completely subjective.
Yeah.
It's not, it's not a sales job in a sense where like, well, I put up $250,000 of sales this year.
You can move up to CEO.
Right.
There's no CEO of Keep Flying.
No. Well, there are. We have little cute titles for that. But like, there's no CEO of punk rock music. Like, oh well, this is who's dominating right now. It's up to the audience. You have to convince the audience that you're that.
I remember those days too, with the kind of like hierarchy. It's like, well, that's punk and that's not. This is and that's not.
Right.
You're a poser if you like this.
I mean, right.
That stuff is fun.
And as a fan, those are conversations you can have.
Right.
When you become an artist, that kind of stuff sometimes muddies up what your identity is, because you can work as hard as you want to form your identity and form your own narrative. Ultimately, it's going to be up to public perception.
Yes.
And you don't know what that's going to be. You're not really in control of that. You can only control it as much as you can. I mean, for instance, there's nothing I can do to stop people from saying that Keep Flying is a ska band. Like I can't.
Right.
There's nothing I can do. We can say, hey, not really, but like, what does that really mean? I don't want to like fight people over it. It's like, if you think we're a ska band, fine.
Yeah, just because you have horns.
I don't care. Yeah, you've made up your mind. There's nothing I can do.
Yeah.
I mean, even the internet algorithms hear our shit and they're like, oh, ska punk.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right.
Horn with a hardcore beat, ska band.
Right. So I guess whatever. So I'm not going to fight you, but again, I can't control that. So there's going to be a million things you can't control. So control what you can. I hope that's helpful for the folks at home that might be listening and want to start a band.
If I were starting a band, that would definitely be helpful for me.
We'll see.
You guys have been on and off the road, mostly on the road, again, for like a million years. It feels like you guys are never done touring. And you've toured with pretty much everybody. Who have you toured with that unexpectedly kind of blew you away? That maybe you didn't listen to before, or even you haven't heard of, and you were like, I fuck with that band now. They're awesome.
Oh, I got a good one. It was if we're using a surprise element, we got offered like a very short stint with a band called the Long Beach Dub All Stars.
Okay.
And they are essentially the band that formed after Sublime broke up the first time in the 90s, after Bradley Noel died. And so they've continued on. They've had a bunch of, and they're like a reggae band, which is not what we play, like at all. Like
play
not at
ska,
all.
of course.
Like, right. So again, that was an instance where it's like, well, they have horns, so like we think they're a ska band.
Yep.
This will just work, right? And it was, you know, and like, it was a cool tour, and like it was a bunch of places like we never really played, and you know, we're not really in a position to say no to business, so we're like, yeah, all right, let's go. And we didn't know what to expect. We figured we're playing like these beach towns in the middle of the summer, and these people are like a bar crowd, expect like a chill band to like you know, lay back to.
Like a reggae band.
Like a reggae band. Picture one.
Yeah,
You got it.
yep.
And they're a fun band. Like they put on a show, but like they are not our vibe at all. Like versus us, like we're up there jumping, and like it's a high energy rock
Everything
show.
but backflips, yeah.
It's a rock show, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's a weird thing to go from that to that. And we thought we're doomed. Like there's no one's gonna fuck with us at all. And not to say that there weren't some people that were like, nah, but they weren't mean about it. Like they didn't like boo us off the stage. But the crowd, we did like entertain them, and the band really fucked with us, and we had a great time. Like it was awesome. I would go do shows with them again.
That's
like
amazing.
100%. And like that was just a time where we're like, I don't know how this is gonna go. Let's just see what happens. But at the end of the day, here's more advice for the folks at home who maybe want to start a band. At the end of the day, for us, our thing, it's not just like you're coming to see a band that plays really good punk rock music. For us, it's like you're coming to get entertained.
Yes.
Like that's our thing. We want to entertain you.
A show.
Yeah. It's not just you know, here's music in this genre and this genre only, and if you don't like this genre, you're out. You can't possibly identify with this. It's like it is, to me, it's like we're just trying to be entertaining. So if we're in front of a reggae crowd, we can do things to entertain that crowd.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is everyone gonna like it? No, but that's showbiz. So at the end of the day, it's showbiz. Be entertaining. Don't just do your own thing and be like, well, this is the wrong crowd. That's how you create division amongst people. You want it should be about unity when you're in a room together experiencing something all at the same time. Bring them together.
Energetic.
Just have the energy that people might identify with.
There's a really funny video with Mark Hoppus. It's some parody comedian video he does or whatever. It's like, yeah, so us as bass players are so boring on stage.
I've seen that, yeah.
And yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
For the folks home, go look for it, or I'll just link it up below.
I just finished his book.
I did too. It's amazing.
Very good.
It's
Good
amazing. It's amazing. So you guys are on the road for a while.
Yeah.
And after that, what's next? Let's
Well,
keep flying. Time and Tide's out now.
The record's out, Time and Tide, our debut full length. Go listen to it now. Bunch of videos up on YouTube now too as well. We're gonna tour as much as we can, and you know, we'll see what Rishi puts us on and it works out for us. You know, we're open to play some really good shows and, you know, make some connections and shit.
Well, I heard that you guys were actually playing last. Like Blink was opening up for you at Fort Porter.
That's true. That's true.
I thought
We're
so.
playing. He set up a stage for us on the out, like on the exit.
It's in the parking lot.
And we'll be doing that band. We're the barbecue band too for Fort Porter. So we'll be in the back, you know, making not this all live. For the folks at home that don't know, this is a joke. We're gonna be on the road a bunch this year. We are very guilty of overplaying, so we're trying not to play too much, but we're not going to leave anybody hanging. So
Got you.
This is like a west. I'm sorry, this is the East Coast Midwest run.
Yep.
We'll hit a couple different places. We'll do our circle through. We'll do our West Coast run. We're going back to England. We're going to do Canada, a couple dates in Canada on this run too, and we're just trying to get this record out to people. So we got to go out and play some shows, and we are severely in debt after putting a lot of money on the end of this record. So we must go out and try to break even. So I'm just being transparent with the folks at home.
Absolutely.
So so a lot more touring. We haven't announced anything yet, but right now this is wave 1.
Okay.
So expect a wave 2 and 3 and 4, and maybe more. So more touring. I plan on writing. I've already kind of started mapping out some new stuff because
The record just dropped and you're writing stuff for the
yeah,
new one.
dude. I'm just
it's a never-ending.
I am just so full of creativity. Well, the fact is, I don't want to. We're really guilty of like not putting out music for a while, and I would like to have something in the
On deck.
I would like to have something ready, so that way we're not like, oh, like even we put out EPs like every 2 or 3 years, and it's like I want to be able to keep putting out music.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I want to have something in there. I have more things to say and sing about.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. This has been the Pop Punk Dad with Henry from Keep Flying.
Bad lighting.
Bad lighting.
I am washed out. In real life, I'm swarthy, but I am.
Hopefully we can
dark.
fix it in post.
Please do.